So you beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a settings video, updated one for Season 6 in Call of Duty Warzone. Now this is one of the most popular questions I get asked on my channel, regardless of what Call of Duty I'm playing. I always get asked every few months, can you show us your latest settings? So that's what I'm going to do in this particular video, and it should help you guys who are new to the game to get a better ground of where you need to be. And for those of you who are veterans, there may be something that's just niggling you and you want to know what somebody else is using like me. So let's go into my settings. So my button layout, all that is default, and that's basically because I have a scuff with two paddles at the back, and I also have the digital tap triggers. So I don't use R1 and stuff to shoot. I use L2 and R2 because they're literally just buttons. It's not mechanical. It's almost like a mouse click that I have, and this makes it very easy to shoot things like semi-automatic pistols or rifles. In terms of my dead zones, these are on 0.06. I believe the default is 0.5. For you guys who are having issues with stick drift, if you want to remedy that, then you need to start nudging it up to the higher numbers. So go up one by one until you find that you have remedied this. The downside is that your responsiveness will be a bit slower in regards to how much movement you actually have to put into your controller before you get any movement registered by your controller. So the other remedy to that is to obviously take your horizontal and your vertical stick sensitivity slightly higher to compensate for that. I like to have mine at a 5/5. That may shock a lot of people. I've got quite a long stick on my right hand side, analog stick. This is for better accuracy, but I don't need a 20/20 like some of you guys are rocking. One, it makes me really feel sick with the motion sickness. Two, I will always take accuracy over maneuverability. Now for me, I've always believed if you're getting shot in the back, you've more than likely done something wrong and you're more than likely going to die. I can turn around quickly enough with a 5/5. I just don't see why people are rocking 20s/20s. A lot of people, yes, they're very good with it, but when I watch their gameplay and I slow it down, I can see that they've overcompensated on many of their targets, and it would be a lot better if they just lowered their sensitivity just that bit. But it's all down to personal preference at the end of the day. In terms of my ADS sensitivity, my low zoom is on 0.85. This is mainly because, I know some of you guys might find this ludicrous, but this is mainly because a lot of the engagements that I take on Call of Duty Warzone are medium to long range, even with my AR, before I consider my sniper rifle. And I've found that the further away a target is, the less sticky the aim assist is, and the more likely you are to miss your target. And that's why I have this slightly lower to help me counteract that. So that is why you've got a 0.85 on your screen. In terms of my high zoom, I've got a 1.20 for my sensitivity for my sniper rifle. I find this is quick enough for me to snap onto someone but not be overcompensating. In terms of my aim response curve, now a lot of you guys might find this unusual. This is on linear, and it's on linear because this is just the raw input of my sticks, and I find that I just have better accuracy and more consistent results using linear as opposed to some calculation made by the game with the other response curve. I know a lot of you guys find a lot of success in dynamic, but every time I used it, each individual day just seems so different depending on what I put in, whereas I find it easier for my muscle memory to correct myself when I use the consistency of linear. I don't have controller vibration on. My aim assist is standard. The most important things I'm going to show you here is my aim down sight. We don't need to see that. It's my user reload behavior is contextual tap. Now contextual tap will allow you to open boxes instantly, pick up weapons instantly, because time is of the essence in Call of Duty Warzone. You need to do things really quickly before you get tapped by an enemy. In terms of my armor plates, I have that apply all. This just saves a lot of time. When you press the button, you can start thinking about other things, turning around, looking around with your analog sticks and viewing other enemies. In terms of my slide behavior, I have this on tap also. It just makes me easier for me to maneuver around the map. And then these are my other settings. These are not really necessary for you guys. In terms of my general, my brightness is on 50%. I just left this as normal and messed around with everything on my screen. You guys who have been here for a while will remember that I had these set up really high, so my game looked quite washed out. That was because I was brought a brand new screen by the missus and I had no idea what settings I wanted to use. Film grain, turn it off. I don't even know what it's incorporated into the game. And in my colorblind settings, these are important. Deuteranopia is what I use. Now if you look at the actual screen itself, like the blue portions where the numbers are, you'll notice a distinct change in the color. Now, I just found Deuteranopia the best of both worlds. In between the two, for me, it's a better color palette. The game looks much better, but enemies are brighter and easier to see, especially when they've got them ludicrously bright outfits on that they've got from the store. And then my colorblind target is for both. And then my world motion blur, my weapon motion blur, turn those off. You just don't need them. In terms of your minimap shape, it should be square. I believe you get about 20 to 30% more surface area, so you can see a lot more people, a lot more dots coming up on your map, and have a lot more information for your utilization. In terms of minimap rotation, I have this enabled also, and in the compass have those letters on. My audio, I have boost low. I have done a thorough video as to why I use this, which I will link in the description if you guys want to know why I've chose to use this. And then these are my settings for master volume music. I have that lower because I don't like the music going off and distracting me when I'm in a high intense battle, especially when you're close to the victory royale, where it really starts to pump up the music and get your adrenaline going. And sometimes this can make you lose focus. And then one of the most important settings of all, out of all of these, is to turn crossplay off. I don't know if you can do this on other consoles, but on PlayStation 4, it's so relevant to get rid of, well, not get rid of, but come across less hackers. Guys, there are many buttons you can hit, but I like and subscribe button. I hope they took your fancy. And as always, guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.